Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me in this masterclass. I'm very happy that you're here. Today, we are diving into how to manifest the life of your dreams, even if you've never done mindset work or manifesting before. So, if you've been thinking about manifesting and mindset work and coaching, refocusing your energy on creating a life that you love, that feels actually purposeful and more alive to really who you are, then this class is absolutely for you. Okay, so obviously, if you're here, you're at a point in your life where you know you're meant for more. Perhaps you've recognized some overthinking patterns getting in the way of your in your inner peace, maybe some negative thinking patterns or some behaviors that might be holding you back in your life. Maybe you've even looked into the subconscious mind and manifesting. And just like my one-on-one clients always say to me when they first come to work with me, I've tried a bit of everything and nothing works. It's all too confusing. There's too much conflicting information. I don't know what to do next, and I don't know what is the right thing, and I don't know what's the truth. Olgs, help me out. And obviously, there's quite a lot going around at the moment about mindset work and how to take charge of your thinking to create the life you want. So I think I can kind of assume that this is you. And most likely you're looking for the right strategies. So I'm here to tell you what you can do to understand your mind and how manifesting works, and how when we combine the two together, creates a very powerful shift in your state, which creates the life you want. So let me quickly introduce who I am. My name is Olga. I am a master transformative life coach and a trainer of neurolinguistic programming, hypnosis, mindset coaching, neural energetic encoding, emotional freedom techniques, life and success coaching. So I do train and certify other life coaches in the exact same incredible subconscious mind tools that I use in my business. So this set of tools actually helps us reprogram our subconscious mind quite effortlessly. And I'll talk a little bit about that later. And I'm also certified as a life purpose life coach, a meditation teacher practitioner, a chakra and energy healer. I'm a Reiki teacher master, as well as a breathwork instructor. I live in Melbourne, Australia, with my two babies who will argue that they're not babies. Christopher is 13, Emmeline is 9, going on to 28, and we also have a beautiful little puppy named Remy. My goal with this is to reach as many people as possible at scale to make an even greater impact. And I'm so passionate about showing everyone I possibly can how powerful every single soul is, just as they are, in creating the life that they really want. And I actually get a little mad, right? Because this is the stuff that we should learn at school, but that's another story. Maybe we'll talk about that another time. In reality, all our dreams are absolutely possible. When you learn the right mindset tools and manifesting principles, that I personally have incorporated into my life and that I share with my one-on-one clients, and I share with anybody who wants to listen, really, because we all deserve the dreams in our hearts. They've been put there for a reason. They can truly be your reality, because the only limitations in life that we do have are the ones we put on ourselves. Okay, so now do make sure you have your workbook ready, or maybe even a notepad if you prefer, because I'm going to talk through a lot. This isn't fluffy info, as you can tell, and I'm going to really jam pack as much as I can into this class. The first thing I want to do is introduce you to your subconscious mind. Okay, it is a very, very powerful thing, and your subconscious mind controls almost everything you do. And it does this on autopilot, so you're not consciously aware of it. Okay. The way you think, the way you behave, the decisions you make, the way you react to other people, even the people and situations you attract into your life are the result of the way your subconscious mind works and functions. And it creates 95 to about 97% of your reality, which means that you're only consciously aware of 3 to 5% of the way you think, feel, and believe. And that's it. Now, your subconscious mind was formed before the age of 7. So the way you do things, the thinking processes you go through have not really changed since then. Now, here we are, and I'm going to explain this very, very clearly. Before the age of learning, you're kind of in super learning state, or the mind is mostly in theta state. So everything you saw or heard in the environment around you, the adults in your life, your teachers, the media, almost everything programmed your thoughts, beliefs, and values. You took on everything as fact because you literally didn't yet have the critical faculty developed to reject anything. You thought, hey, that's not going to serve me when I'm an adult. So we didn't have that capability. There really isn't a better way to explain the way it works. So let's just go with this for now. So your subconscious mind runs on programs, okay, which was developed by the people and situations you experienced in your reality under the age of 7. Not all programs are bad, right? You learned how to eat, how to walk, how to play a sport, how to write, how to tie your shoelace, how to interact with people. And you know that robbing a bank is probably not a good thing to do. However, the same way all these very functional things are programmed into our mind, so were our limiting beliefs that we aren't really consciously aware of. They're also programmed into our mind. So, for example, let's say you have issues with making money, okay, or you struggle with your finances as an adult. There is a great possibility that you were raised in a household where money was kind of an issue. Maybe your parents argued about money, or maybe there wasn't quite enough, or maybe they had that mentality that you had to work really, really hard for money. So, growing up, you may have heard things like, money is the root of all evil, money doesn't grow in trees, you have to work really hard to get by in life. Only a lucky few people are rich. Oh, but rich people aren't nice people. Life is really, really hard. Keeping on top of all your bills is really hard. So, hearing these types of things as a child, or what we call limiting beliefs or programs of your subconscious mind, you carry on these beliefs in your own life too. But they're not real, are they? They're not fact. They're just someone else's beliefs. And until we become aware of them, we just think that they're our beliefs too. Most likely on that deep subconscious level, so we're not consciously aware that we're thinking them. So, because you have these beliefs, they are the instructions to your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind creates the matching reality. Okay, let's look at another example. Let's say you were raised in a home that maybe wasn't very affectionate, or maybe there was a lot of arguing. So, as an adult, you might have a difficult time accepting love and not trusting love to be real. Or maybe you might have a slight codependency issue where you feel you need to be in a relationship, even with not the right person, to feel loved and safe. Another example, let's picture the child who tells his teacher he wants to be an athlete. And his teacher says, oh, look, it's really hard. It's really competitive. Training is really hard. It's really hard to make it as a professional. That poor kid's dreams are already shattered. Okay. And he's programmed to believe that life is really hard and his dreams are not possible for him. Now, imagine this same child if the teacher sat down with him and discussed what his training program would look like, which sports club or coaching clubs he should look into, what a healthy diet would look like. Imagine the difference in this mindset that the child would have. Now, all of us, you and me, the way we think and behave is literally governed by all the things we heard, saw, and experienced as children before the age of 7. And we have taken on the beliefs of others, and they govern everything we do as adults. And the subconscious mind creates our whole life based on these beliefs. But they're not even yours, right? You're just carrying other people's beliefs. Now, when I first realized this gave me a very powerful mindset shift straight away. These beliefs literally replay over and over in our life. So maybe if you were to think about over your relationships, or maybe over all your jobs and pretty much everything else, you played out the exact same scenario, yes, with a different face and a different location, but the same scenario always played out. You always felt the same outcome. And that's because the subconscious mind takes these programs from before the age of 7 and creates the exact same thing. So here are some very interesting facts about our subconscious mind. I'm just going to go through these real quick. It was formed before the age of 7. It preserves the body. Okay. Its prime directive is to keep you safe. And it does that by executing these programs, the good ones and the not so good ones. Now, it runs the body. So it has a blueprint of the body as it is now and of the body in perfect health. It records everything. It's always alert and awake. So even when you're asleep at night, only the conscious mind is asleep. And again, that's only 3 to 5% of your brain. Okay, it is the domain of our emotions. It's built on habituation. So it likes habits. It always repeats the same thing over and over again. It has no verbal language. I'll explain that further in a second. It takes everything literally. It does not know what's real or not. That's why your imagination, picturing things, is actually a very powerful instruction to the mind. It can do a trillion things at once. It maintains your instincts and it generates all your habits. Okay, it's not logical at all. It's the feeling mind. It is 1 million times more powerful than the conscious mind, again, which is only 3 to 5% of the brain. It thinks in pictures. So if I were to say to you, don't think of a bright purple cow, you're thinking of a bright purple cow, right? You're not thinking of the words bright purple cow. You're thinking of a purple cow. So it thinks in pictures. It cannot process negatives. I said, don't think of a bright purple cow. This is really important when it comes to giving it instructions. We'll go into that very quickly. And it records every single memory on some sort of timeline. Okay, past, present, and future is stored on your body. Okay, so yes, the subconscious mind remembers every little thing ever. Sometimes we just don't have perfect recall. So to recap, before the age of 7, the brain is in a state of super learning. Everything you saw in your environment, you took on as fact and it programmed your mind. Not all programs are bad. Okay, you learned how to walk, eat, play, write, socialize. However, you did also take on all your limiting beliefs and kind of the emotions that prevent us from moving forward in life. You've literally taken on the beliefs and emotions of other people's. They're not even yours. And these programs continually replay over and over again, giving us the same results until we become aware of them or we start doing our mindset work. Now, the subconscious mind does about 95 to 97% of the work. So we are literally only consciously aware of 3 to 5% of the way we think and feel and what we believe, what our beliefs are that create our reality. So most of the time, we don't even realize we have these limiting beliefs. And when we do that negative self-talk thing literally all day, the subconscious mind does about 95 to 97%. So we are really only consciously aware of 3 to 5%. And because the brain is hardwired to a negative bias, it thinks it needs that to protect you. We are almost always governed by limiting beliefs, the ones we took on in childhood. And that's what creates our results in life. Okay. So what are these limiting beliefs that I keep mentioning? So limiting beliefs, again, are on that subconscious level. We're not aware that we think these as often as we do. And we're not aware that they're creating our matching reality. So they're things like, I'm not good enough for that. There's no way I can do that. There's so many other people better than me at this job or whatever it is. No matter how hard I work, I'll never make enough money. I'll never be on top of my bills. Money comes in, money goes out. I always lose it. There's never enough money. My life is so hard. Nothing works out for me. If only my life was different. Everyone else is so much better than me. I have to work really hard for money. I'll never be wealthy because my family isn't. I always mess up. I don't have the confidence to do this or that. I don't deserve X or Y. You have to work really hard. I always meet the wrong person. People always leave me. I can't trust anyone. People always let me down. Any of that sound familiar? These are limiting beliefs. These are the more common ones. There's many more. And these are the ones that we adopted in childhood from other people. The ones most of us deal with, but again, mostly on that subconscious level. These are the things that stop us from moving forward in life. Okay. So what does that mean? Hopefully, you're thinking, hang on a sec. I'm carrying around beliefs from other people. And I also hope a light bulb has gone off and you're thinking maybe, just maybe, your beliefs are a little bit outdated. First of all, duh. And second of all, these limiting beliefs are what have been holding you back. All right, it's not you. What you are actually capable of, you are capable of anything. You are actually limitless. It is merely these old beliefs or these programs that hold you back. The best news is about all this. All right, science and psychology has come so far and understands how the subconscious mind works so well that we're now able to consciously uncover the limiting beliefs that everyone has, release them, and replace them with very powerful, empowering beliefs and positive emotions and therefore bulletproof your mindset. Okay, so some of the tools that I use to do this within my business are neurolinguistic programming, time techniques, neural energetic encoding. They've got like 20 techniques, 10, 15 minutes, and we're reprogramming a belief. Really powerful, very cool stuff. Now, I know you're probably thinking, because I used to think this too before I fully understood what all this work was all about. I bet you're thinking, one, that sounds like so much hard work. Or two, this type of work is in no way tangible for me. Maybe for others, but not me. It won't work for me. Well, hang around a little bit longer and let me explain why this does work easily and effortlessly for anyone willing to put in that tiny bit of time and effort. Your brain is not the exception. You're not different. Your brain works exactly the same way as everybody else's. You just need the right tools to help you understand how you can really move forward. So let's talk about the subconscious mind now and how it processes information. This is going to help you put some things into perspective. Okay. Now, per second, at any given moment, the subconscious mind picks up on 11 million bits of information. Starts over here on the right side. Okay. And then it goes into the brain, kind of gets filtered. I'll talk about this in a second. And you are only left with 126 bits. So you lose almost 11 billion bits of that information. So for example, let's say you're sitting at your laptop. Your conscious mind is focusing on the work you're doing. So it's only aware consciously of 126 bits of that 11 million bits per second. But at the exact same time, your subconscious mind notices everything else around you. All the things on your desks, all the things up on your walls, all the sounds near or far, birds, cars, fans, TV, radio, all the smells around you. It's aware of your posture, okay, what it feels like to be sitting on your chair, if your arm is brushing against the desk, literally every little thing. But it doesn't need to do with anything with, say, like the pens or the mouse or your desk or the certificates on your wall that you're noticing out of the corner of your eye. Okay, so it will do three things. All right, so back here, it takes in 11 million bits based on your five senses. And then it will either delete, distort, or generalize that information. And that depends on the time of day, location, mood, your programs, your language, your memories, your decisions, your beliefs, your values, and identity. Okay? And then you're left with that 126 bits of information. It leaves a picture in your mind. And that picture determines your state or your emotion. Then that determines your behavior. And then that determines your results. Okay, but what's happened to the other 11 million bits of information? What if you needed that information to help you create something or achieve something? So this is why 10 different people will witness an event, maybe an accident or something, and there'll be 10 different accounts of what happened. Every person processed that information they saw based on their own unique filters, and then they're left with some sort of version of what happened. Okay, so this is why if you have an argument with a friend or your partner, you're not actually able, and basically you can't agree on the actual problem because you've both filtered it all very, very differently. So based on this, there's literally no right or wrong. There's just good old-fashioned compromise. People are only at their own level of understanding. I bet you if you did have a recent argument with someone, if you went back to them now and said, when we were talking about this, did you hear me say this, this, and that? And they'll tell you, nah, I heard, and it'll be something completely different. There's no right or wrong, and there's only people's unique perceptions. So back to your limiting beliefs. You are creating your whole life, your whole reality, based on all your own filters. And in this way, your subconscious mind is your servant. I want you to think about it that way. Whatever you think, feel, and believe, it gets to work to create your whole life. So discovering, just becoming really aware of the programs, beliefs, patterns, and strategies we run in our mind, which can be done quite easily, and then flipping the ones that do not serve us really helps us achieve our goals, change our focus, and manifest the life that we do want in our reality. Now, the subconscious mind's main purpose, its primary directive, is to keep you safe. And it does this by executing all the programs you have because it doesn't know any other way. All right, you are filled with programs and it just runs them on autopilot. And it will not allow you to be a liar. So it'll set to work to make sure all your beliefs, thoughts, and the way you feel about things become reality. It creates everything you tell it, even if you don't really mean it. So, for example, if you want to be in a really loving, beautiful, committed relationship, but you always tell yourself, people always leave me, I always get cheated on, no one understands me, that's a program. Okay, so the subconscious mind will look for people who have those qualities about them to fulfill that program. You don't know what's happening. It's scanning this person based on those programs on that subconscious level, and somehow you're always attracting the wrong person. So if you empower yourself with really positive goals, really positive self-talk, affirmations are a great way to start because, again, the subconscious mind does not know what's real or not. The subconscious mind will get to work to make those happen. Conversely, if you are constantly allowing yourself to think about things negatively, then those become your reality. In your workbook, there are some great tips on how you can take charge of your subconscious mind. So make sure you dive into that later. I'd like to give you another example that's pretty common for most people. Okay. Now, you know how we might start a new fitness journey or a new health journey, and you get really, really excited and motivated. You buy the equipment, you buy a whole new grocery shop, you buy a membership, maybe you put a treadmill in your house. And what happens after a few weeks? Your alarm goes off, you hit snooze, you roll over, go back to sleep, and you kind of go back to old habits. Do you really think that's because you're not just cut out for it or because it's too hard? It's not you. Other people can, but not you. No, not at all. It's because of your limiting beliefs. And it's your subconscious mind trying to protect you. The negative thinking kicks in after the initial motivation has worn off. And the subconscious mind starts talking to you. You know that little whisper, that endless self-talk that we all do all day long? Start paying attention. If you've been practicing mindfulness or presence, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The mind sits there and talks to itself literally all day. So when you start something new, the subconscious mind starts doing its thing to protect you. It'll start whispering. It's safer. It's more comfortable in the old habits. You won't be disappointed there. You won't let yourself down. Just mosey on back there. And we just do. But what if we could shut up that negative voice for good? All the negative and limiting beliefs, all the negative self-talk. What if we could actually get rid of it once and for all? What if we could replace it with all the consistent, powerful self-talk and empowering beliefs that change the way you do things and keep you motivated? What do you think your life might look like if you changed those instructions to the mind? What could you achieve? What amazing people will you attract into your life? What would your subconscious mind create for you? And we can actually do all that and so much more. And that is how we are already always manifesting. We manifest every minute of every day. We create our whole reality based on what we think, feel, and believe. Your subconscious mind listens to everything you tell it and it gets to work to create it. I can hear the light bulbs going off. So, your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create your energy vibration. And I'm sure you've all heard of these two concepts. Everything in this entire universe is energy, everything. And like energy attracts like energy. So, yes, if everything is energy, so are your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. And you can easily understand that just by thinking about your own personal experiences in life. What is your energy like when something fun and exciting is happening? What is your energy like when something worrying and terrible is happening? They're two completely different feeling states, right? Or energy. Now, when you hold or resonate a certain belief system, it holds a certain frequency of energy. You therefore create more of that energy in your life. Life or the world will reflect it back to you, the energy that it's creating. Okay? And the way it's reflected back to you is essentially life is going to show you. Life is going to say, yes, what you believe is true. what you really believe about yourself, what you really think about yourself is absolutely true. And it is reflected back to yourself. And the way that happens is that people out there, outside of you, will tell you, they'll show you, they'll confirm that what you think and feel about yourself is how they think and feel about you. This is how we're manifesting every day. Now, you know how we get into a project or maybe a new relationship, and we start having negative thoughts. Oh, it's not going to work out. Just going to let me down again. Nothing works out for me. And then it doesn't. And we kind of congratulate ourselves. Yep, see, I knew it. I was right. I was right. I knew it wouldn't work out. Of course you're right. You created it. This is how we're manifesting every single day. Let's look at the example of money. Okay. How life will mirror back yourself to you in terms of money is that if you in the most dominant way feel wealthy and abundant most of the time, feel like you can buy anything you want, feel like nothing's off limits to you, like you're always taken care of, that you're always safe when it comes to money, how life is going to mirror that inner experience back to you is that you're just very naturally going to create a reality where all that is true. Both your subconscious mind and your vibration will create it. Okay, and it is the combination of new beliefs, thinking patterns, and your energy that can do it for you. So if you don't currently have a positive mindset about money or wealth, that's what you need to focus on, changing your beliefs, thinking patterns, and energy in here so it's reflected back to you out there. So people use affirmations a lot to manifest, and they are absolutely amazing start. However, you can't just say empty words. You must believe deep in your core that it's true for you. And that's what helps you raise your vibration. Okay, even quicker is to like figure out some of these tools that I have that helps you rewire the subconscious. Affirmations do take a little bit longer, but they are an amazing starting point. So it really is all about shifting from your current belief system that isn't quite serving you and helping you create the life you want to a belief system that says, I am this person and I know what I want and what I deserve. When you believe that, your subconscious mind listens to you. It believes you, and because it is your servant, it gets to work to create it. Okay, so what are the two keys to manifesting anything you want? It's all going to come full circle now. So the first key is self-concept, and the second one is living in the end. Your self-concept. This is really important. Your self-concept creates your whole life. Your self-concept is who you think you are. Your self-concept is who you think, feel, and believe you are on the inside, in here. Okay, and it is what you think, feel, and believe on the inside that is reflected back to you by the outside world. Because yes, that is what your subconscious mind creates. If you already had your desire or your goals or the kind of life that you really want, you'd be thinking and feeling a certain way, right? So if you wanted to create wealth or a successful business or a beautiful family dynamic, ultimate health and fitness, the greatest relationship of your life, again, who would you be if you already had it? You'd be feeling amazing. You'd be positive, you'd have empowering thinking patterns, you'd be feeling really good. So your subconscious and your energy will create more of it. So what we want to do is start to tap into the version of you who already has what they desire. Who's that person? What do they think? What do they feel? What do they believe about themselves? And then we can start to affirm these things in the right way with the right tools and game plan to shift your belief system and shape who you are on the inside so that it changes your outside world. We mostly do not create or achieve the things we want in life because of our limiting beliefs around self-worth. Okay, so in relationships, for example, if we have beliefs or thoughts about being abandoned, people always leave me, people always give up on me, relationships never work out for me. When you think and believe these things, that's exactly what you create. So creating the life we want starts with us. It always starts with you. Funny though, right? We work on our self-concept so that we fall deep into our self-worth. and fully love and accept ourselves so that the outside world and the people and situations we do attract reflect that back to us. If your belief system in a relationship, again, for example, is I am loved, I am chosen, I am pursued, I am always the priority. If you believed those things about yourself deep inside, you would naturally attract people who reflected that belief system back to you. Your subconscious mind will get to work to find that person. And I want you to remember, and I believe that this is very powerful, and it's empowering in taking your power back from anything outside of you. It's one of the principles from my favorite teacher, Neville Goddard. Everyone, everything in life is merely you in here pushed out. Whatever is going on the inside of you, is always reflected back to you by the outside world. So when we learn to create an unshakable self-concept and drop really deep into self-worth and self-love, that increases our vibration and attracts the exact same back to us out there by the outside world. Self-concept is number one. Number two, the number two key to manifesting anything you want is living in the end. Living in the end is so unbelievably simple if you let it be and you have all the right tools and information. But basically, you would tap into, how would I feel if I already had what I wanted? How would I feel if I already had what I desired? And then you must embody this state of already having what you desire. And it must manifest. It's all about embodying the thoughts and feelings around what it would be already like to have the life you truly wanted, to have your desire. Remember, your subconscious mind gets to work to create whatever you tell it. Also, do you recall how it doesn't know what's real or not? And it thinks in pictures. Okay, so when you create a picture or you visualize and you're imagining what your end goal looks like, and it doesn't matter what it is, when you visualize on that and drop into how it feels to already have that as your reality, your subconscious mind thinks it's already completed. And it kind of craps itself and it gets to work to make it your reality for you. So by working on your self-concept, falling into deep self-love and deep self-worth, and living in the end of already having it, you shift your belief system and your subconscious mind hears you, believes you, and gets to work to make it happen. Now, most people who have ever heard of and tried manifesting before have heard of the law of attraction. But personally, and this is what I teach all my clients, I like to base my manifesting on the universal law of assumption, which I believe is a lot more powerful and I have seen incredible results with. Okay. The law of assumption simply states that to create anything you desire is simply to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, because your consciousness is the only reality. Okay. The reason is that nothing exists outside of your own consciousness, and your entire life and experience of the world is a symbolic representation of where your consciousness currently stands. Wherever your consciousness is focused is what is created or manifested in your outside world. Okay, an infinite number of things exist in your reality right now based on your assumptions. Okay, and as you've probably already worked out, to change anything in your life, you just have to change the beliefs and assumptions you hold about it. Changing the assumptions will change those facts. Even when it comes to the most entrenched beliefs, such as aging or health or personality or finances and behavior, none of these things are set in stone. Everything that you experience in life is a result of your changing consciousness. So as the amazing Neville Goddard teaches us, changing your assumptions and assuming the presence of your desire is the only thing you need to do to bring about your goals and dreams. And how quickly you can make that internal shift To be the person you are when you already have your desire, your self concept determines how quickly you can create whatever it is that you want. The simple fact is this: your current reality is based on your current assumptions. The main reasons why you don't have your desire right now is because you have contradicting assumptions. One minute you're consciously working towards your goals and dreams, you're affirming, you're feeling good, and then the next minute you drop into fear or worry or doubt. Your limiting beliefs come up on that deep subconscious level, and the negative self-talk starts. And they prevent you from truly believing that you're able to achieve what you want. So we call this double-mindedness. You're in two minds. And when you're giving your subconscious mind those conflicting instructions, your subconscious mind is like, I don't know what you want me to do. So you are subconsciously sabotaging yourself. As Neville Goddard said, you must make your future dream a present fact in order to get that dream to manifest in your 3D reality. So when an assumption is persisted in until it becomes your dominant feeling or belief, by universal law, it has to harden into fact. But when your assumption differs from your desire and the feeling of having or being what you want, when you're double-minded or don't trust that it will happen, your assumption will manifest by default. So it is your job as a conscious manifestor who now understands how manifestation and the subconscious mind works, is to make the decision that your desire is yours already, to release all the limiting beliefs and negative thinking patterns that are currently holding you back, to tighten up your mental diet with the help of all the right, powerful manifesting tools, and focus only on what you do want. And this can be done quite effortlessly. And it is really so freaking empowering when you take your power back from the outside world. And once you put it all together, you'll be wishing, like my clients did and what I do. I wish I knew this stuff 20 years ago. There are some very incredible tools that help you release that subconscious programming so that you can focus on being the person you want to be who already has the desires. Now, outside these powerful tools, there are some very powerful manifesting techniques. Now, I'm sure most people have heard about these things, but maybe don't quite understand the depth of them or how to really make them work in terms of completely shifting your self-concept, limiting beliefs, and stepping into the version of you who's able to live in the end. So I'm hoping now that we know how the subconscious mind works, that it's all about self-concept and living in the end, that you'll be able to apply that to these really cool, powerful manifesting techniques. So first and foremost, affirmations. These are a great way to start working on shifting your identity to the person you wish to be. They help you rewire your current thinking patterns and shift into the feeling state of already having your desire. Feeling is the key to successful manifesting because it helps you live in the end. And the way we craft those is in I am statements. I am powerful. I am loved and chosen. I am wanted and pursued. I'm a goddess and a queen, and I'm always treated as such. I'm in the best financial position of my life, and everything is sorted and taken care of. Very, very clear, concise instructions to the subconscious. We've got to feel into them like they're true. Visualization. This works very powerfully with your imagination to impress into your subconscious mind the picture, because it thinks in pictures, of what you want it to create. You're giving it instructions, and it also helps you live in the end when you're visualizing. Never forget that your subconscious mind thinks in pictures. Okay, so your imagination here is your superpower. So just pick a really lovely, very simple scene that feels really good to you to think about and capture the feelings and thoughts you would have if it was already done. So if you're manifesting a specific person, yes, totally possible. It could be as simple as cuddling on the couch. Or it could be yourself feeling amazing in the mirror when you're looking at your healthiest body weight. Or sitting in the desk of your new job, feeling so happy that you're there. So by practicing this and tuning into the thoughts and feelings of that scene, this scene becomes very real to you and your mind. And yes, your subconscious mind then gets to work to create it. So the last tool here is scripting. And it is one of my favorite techniques because it's kind of like putting your order into the universe. So here, what you do is you delve into your imagination again, tuning into all your five senses, and you write journal entries as if you've already had the perfect day while your goal is materialized, like it's already real. It could be the perfect date with your specific person, it could be a hugely successful product launch, it could be experiencing a day full of energy and exercise and feeling really amazing. You imagine this perfect day and you write it down on paper as if it's already happened, kind of like a dear diary entry. All of these techniques work on both the subconscious mind level, where what you focus on means that your subconscious mind will get to work to create it, and also on the energetic level, where you raise your vibration because you're taking on the feelings of it already being real. Oh my goodness, I've got this, it's real. How happy would you feel? So when you're doing these techniques and dropping into the beautiful imaginal acts of already having your goals and your dreams and your desires, when you have the right framework to put that all together, you're raising your vibration very naturally. And of course, like energy attracts like energy. So this is how we easily materialize what we truly want into our reality. This is how the science of the mind combined with mindset work around your self-concept and self-worth and manifesting do actually create the reality that you do want. So how does everyone feel? I hope you're feeling more confident about how possible it is for you to step into the most powerful creator of your life. If you'd like to explore this work more, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram. Please shoot me a DM. My website is www.itisalreadyyours.com, or you can email me at info@itisalreadyyours.com. If you'd like to book a personal empowerment session with me, this is an absolutely no obligation call where we will work through what your limiting beliefs are, what your emotions are that are holding you back. We're going to work through a plan on how to get you to where you want to go, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. I hope you found that interesting. I loved being here with you. Please reach out for any questions that pop up. They tend to after we finish these type of calls. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I really hope I hear from you soon. Take care, loves. I'm sending you so much love and light.